family, it's Christy with the Boxtruck Couple, and in today's video, we are going to talk about all 8 of the different levels of DOT inspections. That's right, there are 8 different levels of DOT inspections. Now, I didn't know it myself until recently. My husband and I went through a level 1 inspection, which is something that we had never experienced before. And I started doing some research, and I thought it'd be fun to share with you all the different types of levels so you can be fully prepared. Now, going through that level 1 inspection was really an eye opener for us, as to all of the things that they could do on an inspection, and you really have to be prepared. So as a bonus, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can pass a level 1 inspection. So get your paper and pencils. Let's get ready to learn about these inspections. Now, before we get started, if you're new to the channel, make sure you stop, drop, and roll. You want to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know every time we upload a video. You also want to check out this playlist right here because there are some great videos that are already posted. We tell you how to build your DOT compliance binder, how to look for loads on the DAT load board, how to use Amazon Relay, and all the experiences that we've had in either Amazon or OTR loads. So go ahead and check out that playlist in the iCard above. And thanks so much for tuning in. Let's get right to it. Okay, so I could really just like write up a summary and talk to you as if it's me giving you this instructions, but really it's not. We always want to make sure that we use reliable information. So what I've done is some research, and I'm going to share with you from the actual site the research that I've done. Now, this site that I'm using is the Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance. If you've seen our last video where we got that level 1 DOT inspection, there's a sticker on the front of our vehicle, on the front of our box truck from the CVSA, the Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance. They are the group that have put in place all of these inspection levels, and any public safety officer that inspects you has to be certified through the Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance. So I'll have the link to the same site down in the description box, but right now we're going to talk about the different levels, and I'm going to use their information to share with you exactly what each inspection entails. So now let's talk about the different types of inspections. The first one is a level 1 inspection. So I'm going to have the link down in the description box that you can read this for yourself. I'm just going to briefly summarize exactly what these inspections are. Okay, so the first one is a level 1. It's our most recent inspection. It's the one that we shared in our last video. This is a very intensive inspection. This inspection it's intensive. They checked everything, starting with your paperwork. They go through your DOT compliance binder. If you have one, it's always a good idea. Up in the iCard, you can click on the link and look at the video that we put together to show you what should be in there. But they check all of that paperwork, your certificate of insurance, your motor carrier authority, to make sure that you are authorized to drive across state lines. They check your DOT number, MC number. They check that the driver has a DOT medical card. They want to see your registration. They want to know that you have the reference card for your ELD and that you know how to use it. That was one of the dings that we got. Instead of us looking at the reference card, we just asked him, how do you pull up the logs? And he notated that. He didn't hold it against us, but he notated it. So you want to be familiar with how to pull up your logs. If you have been to a weigh station, you should have your weight paperwork, like anything, your BOL. You should have that to prove where you're going, what's in the load, all of your paperwork. So they're going to check all of that. And then they're going to get to your vehicle. And with your vehicle, they're going to check everything. on a level one inspection. Now, some of the inspections are not as intensive, but this one is intensive. They lifted up the hood, they checked our steering, they checked our um, windshield wipers, they looked at our tires and our brakes. And my husband can go through all of this and just off the top of his head, but the brake system, the drive shaft, the exhaust system, they looked at everything. The walk around the vehicle was intensive. He got under there and really checked the tires, and he even looked at our U-bolts and just everything under the truck all the way around. He checked our lights, make sure all of the lights are working, our signals, our emergency flashers, our headlights, our horn, all of those things. So real intensive. Level one inspection is really, really in, intensive, right? Uh, we even had to break the seal so he could see inside the box. So this is a real intensive inspection. You're going to hear me talk about the walk around in other inspections, but unlike those where it's just a simple walk around, he really got his hands dirty, really making sure that everything was working properly. So that's a level one inspection. As I said, it is level one for a reason. It's the most extensive inspection that you can have. It takes a while, and it really is a lot. They check every single thing. Uh, Level two is similar to level one. It's a walk around, but it's not as intensive. So we recently had a level two. Our very first inspection actually was a level two, and where he did check out the paperwork, which is normal. Any inspection you have, they're going to make sure that you're compliant, right? So you have to have your DOT medical card, you have to have a driver's license, you have to have certificate insurance, you have to have all of that paperwork that is necessary to drive. Again, not going to go into complete detail with each one as to all of that, but if you're a new driver, if you don't have your compliance binder or have all of that paperwork in place yet, make sure that you check out this video on how to put your DOT compliance binder together. If you don't have your ELD stuff yet, uh, just know that when you receive it, especially if you use Keep Truckin, if you use Keep Truckin, you're going to get a packet. It's going to come with a sticker that you can put on your truck to show that you have electronic login, and you're also going to get that reference card. Don't throw that stuff away, because you put that reference card in your compliance binder, and when you're stopped for an inspection, you pull it out and you use it to get to the electronic logs so that the officer can inspect them. So anyway, this was a level two walk around. The second one is a level two walk around, and that's when they not only check your driver information, but they walk around the vehicle to make sure it's safe for driving. Not as extensive. They do check your lighting, your signals, and just basically do a walk around. Make sure you don't have any flat tires, stuff like that, anything that stands out to them. Make sure you have your reflectors on the vehicle, all of that stuff. But it's not as intensive. They don't get their hands dirty. It's just a basic walk around. And that's the level two. So it's driver inspection and vehicle walk around. Okay. Level three. Level three is really a mild inspection because it's just driver information. All of your paperwork, right? All of it. I've talked about it in the last two. Your driver's license, your DOT medical card, certificate of insurance, your hours of service, that's through your electronic logs. They check to make sure you have a seat belt, that if you've had inspections in the past, they want to see your vehicle inspection reports in the vehicle. All of that paperwork that should be in your DOT compliance binder needs to be up to date. If there were any changes to your insurance, for instance, if you had a rental truck and you had to turn one in and pick up another one, whether it was with the same company or a different company, always make sure that you put the up-to-date paperwork in the vehicle. The new paperwork should go in the vehicle. I don't care if you keep them all in there, but the latest one, the one that is applicable to that truck, should be in there. Your insurance will change. Every time you add a new vehicle or change the VIN number, the insurance company is going to mail you out the new certificate of insurance. When it comes in the mail, don't throw it to the side. Make sure you put that up to date certificate of insurance inside of your truck, because I'm going to tell you something. If they check your certificate of insurance and it has a different VIN number, they could shut you down because you don't have the correct paperwork. All right. So the next inspection is a level 4. It's called a special inspection. It says inspections under this heading typically include a one-time examination of a particular item. These examinations are normally made in support of a study or to verify or refute a suspected trend. So if your truck has a trend, right, every time you come through the weigh station, you're overweight. Every time you come through the weigh station, that light is out. When you see that sign that says weigh station 2 miles, weigh station 1 mile, trucks pull to the right, shortly after you'll see some cameras. It may be 1 or 2, 3 poles that you pass. One is eye level because it's checking to see if you have a decal, and then there might be 2 overhead. One's probably checking the front of your vehicle and the other one's probably checking the back of your vehicle. It's reading your tag, it's reading that decal that you have in the window if you have one. These officers know who you are before you get there. What they read determines what that flashing sign will say. Sometimes that flashing sign says bypass, all right? So they read your decal, you just passed the level 1 inspection within the last 90 days. They say, okay, they're good to go. We're going to let them pass. And because of that, that sign will say bypass. But if that officer needs to inspect one more box truck or one more semi before they get off work, or they have 5 to inspect for the day and you're the first one to come through and you don't have a decal, or when your tag is read, it gives them some kind of indication that there's a trend with your truck of some sort, then when you pass that flashing sign, it could say open pull in. But this is possible. You could be stopped if the officers deem that there's a reason that they need to check your truck. All right, so that's a level 4 inspection. Level 5 is vehicle only. It says an inspection that includes each of the vehicle inspection items specified under the North American Standard Inspection Level 1 without a driver present, conducted at any location. So level 5 inspection, they'll just check the vehicle. And it says without a driver present. So they might ask you to step to the side and they inspect the vehicle, just the vehicle. Never even heard of this, you guys, but it's a thing. So just beware that this is an inspection that you can have. Moving on to level 6 is the North American Standard Inspection for transuranic waste and highway route control quantities of radioactive material. So if you carry radioactive material, you're subject to the level 6 instruction. This is level 6 inspection. I would assume this is more so for the semis who have maybe hazmat or different certifications and what they carry. So they would be subject, because as a box truck, you're not going to be subject to those kind of materials and carrying those kind of materials. So this would be more so for the semis. But this is a thing. A lot of people that drive a box truck do move into that realm. So just know that if you have those kind of certifications, that you're subject to this level 6 inspection. Level 7, jurisdictional mandated commercial vehicle inspection. An inspection that is a jurisdictional mandated inspection program. It does not meet the requirements of any other level of inspection. An example will include inspection programs
such as but not limited to school buses, limousine, taxis, share ride transportation, hotel courtesy shuttles, and other intrastate or intra-provincial operations. These inspections may be conducted by CVSA certified inspectors, other designated government employees, or jurisdiction approved contractors. Inspector training requirements should be determined by each jurisdiction. So this again applies to like transportation, limos, taxis, share ride, hotel shuttles, things of that nature. But if that's something that you move into or that's something that you're a part of, because there are a lot of box truck drivers that have different businesses. And there are a lot of people that are watching this video that may not necessarily be getting into the box truck industry. So this is something that if it's applicable that you could be subject to with a level 7. Level 8, this is an electronic inspection. And this is the last inspection, you guys. This is an electronic inspection. So with the level 8 inspection, it says that examination includes those items specified under the North American Standard Electronic Inspection Procedure. An electronic inspection must include, where required or applicable, a descriptive location including GPS coordinates, electronic validation of who is operating the vehicle, appropriate driver's license class and endorsement for vehicle being operated. So if you're driving a CDL box truck, you can't have a class C. You need to have at least a class B. License status, valid medical examiner certificate, skill performance evaluation certificate, current driver's record or duty status, hours of service compliance, DOT number, etc. So this is all electronic. It's similar to a driver inspection where they're just checking out the paperwork, except they're checking all of the electronic processes that are applicable to you, whether it's the EOD electronically, whether it's your DOT number. They're doing all of this as an electronic inspection. So never heard of this one as well, but it's a thing. So there you have it. 8 different levels of inspections.
Now we're going to talk about what you can do to pass a level 1 inspection. Now, if you do all of these things, you guys, you can pass any inspection because you're going to be fully prepared. So the first thing we're going to talk about is your paperwork. That is the first step to making sure that you are fully prepared for any inspection that you encounter. All of the things that you need to keep in the truck should be in the truck. Again, we've already created a video. It has been linked up in the iCard above, and it'll be in the description box as well. So that's number 1. That is step 1 to ensuring that you're ready for not only a level 1 inspection, but any inspection. Keep your paperwork organized. Keep it in the truck. Keep it up to date. All right. Step 2, conduct preventive maintenance on your truck. Pre-trip and post-trip every single time. I can't say that enough. I'm going to move closer to the mic. Pre-trip and post-trip every single time. Just make sure that you have all of that stuff, because they even check to make sure you have safety equipment, not the hand sanitizer and all that, but your fire extinguisher, your triangles. They check to make sure all of that is in place. So pre-trip and post-trip every time. Walk around your truck. I know sometimes we drop that load and we get home early in the morning and we're tired and we want to go in. Walk around that truck. Make sure that there are no nails in the tires, that there's not a tire going flat, that there's nothing that happened, that you didn't lose a light got busted on that route. Just make sure you pre-trip and post-trip every time. If you don't know what that looks like, Google it. So that's step 2. Make sure you conduct preventative maintenance on your truck all the time. Now, preventative maintenance also includes your annual preventive maintenance inspection. So that is not something that you do. That's something that you're going to take in. I'll do a video about it. I don't think we've ever talked about it, but you have to do a preventative maintenance inspection on your truck once a year. But you can do preventative maintenance every single day, and that's with pre-trip and post-trip. Maybe you don't drive your truck every day, but every time you go to get in that truck, you should have done a pre-trip. And every time you get out of that truck, you should do a post-trip. You don't want to just acknowledge it on the ELD. You want to physically do it. And this is going to help you to keep that truck rolling. So that's 2. So we've already talked about 1, keep your paperwork in order and organized. 2, conduct preventative maintenance on your truck daily. And the last one is remaining positive. If you keep a positive attitude throughout the inspection, it makes a difference. DOT, they're not your enemy, right? DOT is not against you. DOT, Department of Transportation, is there to make sure that the highways stay safe, period. That's their job. So if you keep a positive attitude with them, it doesn't always change how somebody acts towards you, but it helps you to get through that inspection. Now, my husband and I realized that when we went through our level 1 inspection, even though the things that the officer recognized were minor, we had one light out at the top of the box, and we didn't have a light over the license plate. Minor stuff, right? We had a good attitude, and he had a good attitude, right? But what if we had been like, what are you talking about? Ain't nobody ever told me. It could have went totally different. We could have been put out of commission. We could have, a lot of stuff could have happened. We could have been fined for each situation because we had a bad attitude. But when you're polite, when you're professional, when you listen, when you follow instructions, when you ask for clarity in a positive way because you didn't know, it goes a long way to how somebody treats you. So not only can you do that in life, but you especially want to do it when you're dealing with these DOT officers, because it really helps the conversation to go well, and it really helps. If you're being positive, you reap what you sow, right? So if you're sowing positivity, you're going to reap the rewards of that positivity. I promise you, every time it's going to happen like that for you. So that's it, you guys. Keep your paperwork organized. Make sure that you conduct preventative maintenance on your truck daily, and stay positive. And when you do those 3 things, you're going to come out victorious on every inspection. I promise you that. All right, that's it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, because in a couple days I'm going to post the highlights or the vlog stuff from our recent Fort Myers trip. And listen, it's just a vlog. It's just us being crazy and me doing some little tips, sharing with you some things that I don't normally share on a trucking adventure. But if you're curious about what happens when we spend the night at a location, make sure you stay tuned at the end of the week for that video as well. Thanks so much for watching. We love you guys so much. We want you to stay safe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.